What's going on YouTube? Listen up, young elder gang. This is Joe Blow, back at you with another banger. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video, fam. I hope this video get at least 100,000 likes. In the following video, you will find history, definitions, scripture, information, and best of all, what we Americans have been deprived of from the beginning, the truth. Keep in mind, this content used in this video is intended for educational and informational purposes only. We will give you the total truth, as we best understand it today. Be sure to hit that like button, young elder gang. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hit that bell, and don't forget to check back with us every day for new content. Alright, let's get started. Today we'll be breaking down the Illuminati Pyramid Structure. It has 13 levels, one for each of the 13 structure of what they are calling world government. An eye of Providence, an eye inside a triangle, at its peak, representing a powerful unseen force controlling the world. The pyramid is unfinished, indicating that the nation is unfinished, and that they reptilian overlords are not yet pleased with their servants. There is still work to be done. The rest of the pyramid is shown as an eye, which represents, in a very vague sense, the eye of divine providence. Some say the 13 level represent the original 13 colonies of the U.S. corporation. The words annuit coeptis mean he/she/it approves of our efforts. The words novus ordo seclorum mean a new order for the ages. Today we will break down what the 13 levels of the pyramid structure mean. They are levels of the New World Order government. Now, starting at the bottom of the barrel, the lowest level of the pyramid coming in at number 13, we have the masses. The masses is a term for the general public, or the ordinary people of a society. It's often used to refer to the lower class. To win an election, a politician must appeal to the masses. Popular movies and music also must appeal to the masses. His films are not intended to appeal to the masses. The term is often used in a snobbish way to put down the taste, intelligence, or some other quality of the majority of people. The political process provides ample opportunity to utilize crowd manipulation techniques to foster support for candidates and policy. From campaign rallies to town hall debates to declarations of war, statesmen have historically used crowd manipulation to convey their messages. Mass manipulation is the deliberate use of information, emotions, and attitudes to influence a large group of people. The goal is to achieve specific objectives, such as controlling behavior and managing activities. The media can influence human consciousness by using advertisements, search results, and other media to change values and control behavior. Techniques based on crowd psychology can be used to influence the desires of a crowd and direct their behavior. Misinformation can be used to keep the public busy and distracted from important topics. Who uses mass manipulation? Mass manipulation has been used by many powerful entities, including political leaders, media, companies, interest groups, political parties, government organizations, and religious movements. Understanding mass manipulation strategies can help you stay alert and protect yourself from manipulation attempts. Manipulation is the act of influencing or controlling another person, often in an unfair way. Some common types of manipulation include coercion, forcing someone to do something against their will; seduction, using charm or flattery to manipulate someone; blackmail, using threats to force someone to do something; suggestion, using indirect methods to influence someone. Coming in at number 12 on the pyramid are the local religious leaders and school teachers. Local religious leaders are people who guide religious practices and communities in a specific area. They may be pastors, priests, rabbis, imams, or other faith leaders. Their responsibilities are to teach. Teaching, local religious leaders teach, preach, and lead worship services. Spiritual guidance, they provide spiritual guidance and support to people who are struggling with their faith. Community representation, they represent their faith within the community. Institutional oversight, they may oversee schools, youth organizations, hospitals, and other institutions. Religious leaders are often highly respected figures in their communities. They can influence attitudes, opinions, and behaviors because their members trust them. Local religions are unique to cultural or tribal groups. They are often passed down through storytelling, art, songs, and rituals. Religious leaders should have a genuine desire to help people and be able to relate to people with compassion and sensitivity. Some mega-church leaders are a part of the 501c3 agreement and are a part of the Church Committed, which is controlled by the Illuminati. Local religions are unique to tribal or cultural groups living apart from modern societies. They are not taught through texts, but through storytelling, art, songs, and rituals. Many honor their ancestors as well as gods or natural spirits. A school teacher is a person who educates students by planning lessons, assessing student progress, and creating a positive learning environment. They also help students develop critical thinking skills and social skills. Teachers are important because they help students learn and develop into responsible, contributing members of society. They are role models, mentors, and guides who help students build confidence and skills for life. Coming in at number 11 on the pyramid are the doctor, builders, fixers, framers. A doctor, also known as a physician or medical doctor, is a health professional who diagnoses and treats illnesses and injuries. They can also help patients maintain their health. Doctors are important because they save lives, prevent disease, and provide personalized care. They also advocate for patients and work with other health professionals to ensure patients receive the best care. Doctors can save lives in emergencies, such as for accident victims, soldiers, and people with critical injuries. Doctors can extend life expectancy for patients with terminal illnesses. Doctors recommend preventive measures like vaccinations, screenings, and regular health checks. Doctors can detect health issues early through routine screenings and by asking patients questions. A builder is a construction professional who plans and manages the construction of buildings. They may also be known as construction workers, contractors, or tradesmen. Builders are important because they are responsible for overseeing the entire construction process, ensuring quality workmanship, managing timelines, coordinating subcontractors, and ultimately delivering a completed project that meets the client's vision, whether it's a home, building, or infrastructure project. Essentially acting as the key figure to bring a design to life and resolve any issues that may arise during construction. The fixer, also called engineers and mechanics. Engineers are important because they design and build the infrastructure and systems that support our societies and economies, playing a key role in shaping our future by solving technical problems and pushing the boundaries of applied science, enabling innovation across various fields like construction, manufacturing, and medicine. Essentially, they are at the forefront of developing new solutions to challenges we face through their creative problem-solving abilities. Mechanics are important because they keep vehicles running safely and smoothly, which allows people to get around. They diagnose and fix issues, perform maintenance, and ensure vehicles meet performance standards. Mechanical engineering is important because it plays a crucial role in designing and creating the physical systems that underpin modern society, from everyday appliances to complex machinery, transportation networks, and infrastructure, essentially impacting nearly every aspect of our lives by applying physics and material science to solve practical problems and develop innovative solutions. Mechanical engineers design power-producing machines, such as electric generators, internal combustion engines, and steam and gas turbines, as well as power-using machines, such as refrigeration and air conditioning systems. Mechanical engineers design other machines inside buildings, such as elevators and escalators. A farmer is someone who cultivates land, grows crops, or raises animals. Farmers are involved in agriculture, which is the practice of raising living organisms for food or raw materials. Farmers are crucial because they provide the food supply that sustains human populations, contributing significantly to the economy by producing crops and livestock that feed the world, while also playing a vital role in land stewardship and environmental conservation, especially when practicing sustainable farming methods. Coming in at number 10 on the pyramid, local sheriff, police, security, and etc. A local sheriff is the chief law enforcement officer of a county. Sheriffs are usually elected by the public and serve a term of 4 years. Sheriffs run the county jail and may also be responsible for security at public events. Sheriffs serve legal papers like subpoenas, eviction notices, and summonses. Sheriffs patrol areas of the county that don't have their own police forces. The police are a constituted body of persons empowered by a state with the aim of enforcing the law and protecting the public order as well as the public itself. This commonly includes ensuring the safety, health, and possessions of citizens, and to prevent crime and civil disorder. In most jurisdictions, a sheriff generally has more authority than a police officer because a sheriff has jurisdiction over an entire county, while a police officer is typically limited to enforcing laws within a city's boundaries, giving the sheriff a broader scope of authority. Additionally, sheriffs are usually elected officials, further solidifying their position as the top law enforcement officer in a county. Key points about the difference between a sheriff and a police officer. A sheriff has county-wide jurisdiction, while a police officer is limited to a city. Election versus appointment. Sheriffs are typically elected by the county residents, while police chiefs are appointed by the city government. Sheriffs often have additional responsibilities like managing county jails, serving civil process, and providing court security, which police officers usually do not handle. Security is protection from or resilience against potential harm. Beneficiaries of security may be persons and social groups, objects and institutions, ecosystems, or any other entity or phenomenon vulnerable to unwanted change. Coming in at number 9 on the pyramid, local and state government. State governments manage the needs of a state or region, while local governments serve the needs of a community. Both are made up of branches and are responsible for providing services to their citizens. Services provided by state and local governments, education and welfare assistance, building and maintaining roads and highways, and protecting public health and safety. State and local laws apply to people who live or work in a particular state, commonwealth, territory, county, city, municipality, town, township, or village. Most Americans have more daily contact with their state and local governments than with the federal government. Police departments, libraries, and schools, not to mention driver's licenses and parking tickets, usually fall under the oversight of state and local governments. Each state has its own written constitution, and these documents are often far more elaborate than their federal counterpart. The Alabama Constitution, for example, contains 310,296 words, more than 40 times as many as the U.S. Constitution. State government, under the 10th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, all powers not granted to the federal government are reserved for the states and the people. All state governments are modeled after the federal government and consist of 3 branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. The U.S. Constitution mandates that all states uphold a republican form of government, although the 3-branch structure is not required. Local governments generally include 2 tiers: counties, also known as boroughs in Alaska, and parishes in Louisiana, and municipalities or cities-towns. In some states, counties are divided into townships. Municipalities can be structured in many ways as defined by state constitutions and are called, variously, townships, villages, boroughs, cities, or towns. Various kinds of districts also provide functions in local government outside county or municipal boundaries, such as school districts or fire protection districts. The National Guard is a military reserve that protects the United States and responds to emergencies. It's made up of the Army National Guard and the Air National Guard. What does the National Guard do? Fights in wars, defends the homeland, helps communities after disasters, responds to overseas combat missions, works on counter-drug efforts, and participates in reconstruction missions. The National Guard is a state-based military force that becomes part of the U.S. military's reserve components of the U.S. Army and the U.S. Air Force when activated for federal missions. 1. It is a military reserve force composed of National Guard military members or units of each state and the territories of Guam, the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico National Guard, and the District of Columbia National Guard, for a total of 54 separate organizations. Coming in at number 8 on the pyramid, Military Intelligence Community and World Militaries. The military intelligence community refers to a group of organizations within the Department of Defense, DoD, that are responsible for gathering, analyzing, and disseminating military intelligence information to support military operations and decision-making, including the intelligence components of each military branch: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, as its central hub, essentially, the military arm of the broader U.S. intelligence community. Unlike the broader intelligence community, which covers all aspects of national security, the military intelligence community specifically focuses on intelligence related to military threats, capabilities, and potential adversaries. The Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, acts as the primary producer and manager of foreign military intelligence within the DoD, providing intelligence to combatant commands, policymakers, and military planners. Each branch of the military, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, has its own intelligence unit that gathers and analyzes information specific to their operations. While the military intelligence community operates primarily within the DoD, it collaborates with other agencies within the broader intelligence community like the CIA to share information and coordinate efforts. Military hardware manufacture is crucial because it directly impacts a nation's defense capabilities, allowing them to produce and maintain the necessary weapons and equipment to protect their borders, respond to threats, and deter potential adversaries, essentially ensuring national security by providing the means to fight effectively in times of conflict. It also contributes to technological advancement and economic stability through research and development within the defense sector. A military leader is an individual within the armed forces responsible for leading and motivating troops to achieve mission objectives, often in challenging situations, requiring them to make critical decisions, build strong teams, and inspire their subordinates with a strong sense of purpose and direction, all while managing risks and ensuring the safety of their personnel. Essentially, they are individuals who command and guide military units to accomplish goals through effective leadership skills. Leading troops, setting clear expectations, providing guidance, motivating individuals, managing risks, making quick decisions under pressure. Strong communication, adaptability, emotional intelligence, strategic thinking, decisiveness may vary depending on the situation, but often include elements of inspirational leadership, building trust, and fostering team cohesion. Military leadership involves making critical decisions, often in high-pressure situations with consequential risks. Effective military leaders ask the right questions and think strategically in making well-informed conclusions upon which that they can act. Military leaders also build and motivate teams. World militaries are the armed forces of various countries around the world, which are organized to defend their countries from external threats. Militaries are made up of one or more branches such as the Army, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, Marines, or Coast Guard. Military members are typically identified by a distinct uniform. Sovereign states authorize and maintain militaries. Which countries have the most powerful militaries? The United States, Russia, and China are considered the most powerful militaries in the world. India, South Korea, and the United Kingdom also have strong militaries. How are military strength rankings determined? Military strength rankings are based on a country's military personnel, aircraft, tanks, and other factors. Countries with strong militaries also have large defense budgets. How do militaries protect their countries? Militaries defend their country's interests against external armed threats. They also support domestic emergencies, humanitarian efforts, and homeland security operations. Coming in at number 7 on the pyramid, the world's secret societies. Secret societies are organizations that hide some or all of their activities, membership, or inner workings. They may or may not try to hide their existence. Examples of secret societies: Freemasonry, one of the largest secret society in the world, says Britannica. It's a fraternal order for men that focuses on fellowship, mutual assistance, and moral discipline. Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, a society that practiced occult, metaphysics, and paranormal activities in the 19th and 20th centuries. They drew from traditions like Kabbalah, tarot, and astrology. Knights Templar, a society that has inspired curiosity and conspiracy theories, including rumors that they guarded the Holy Grail and Shroud of Turin. The Illuminati, a society founded by Johann Adam Joseph Weishaupt that aimed to create an elite group of men who would take over key positions in the state. Other secret societies, the Independent Order of Odd Fellows and the Young Italy, formed by Giuseppe Mazzini. A secret society is an organization about which the joining together of brothers and sisters of the craft, events, inner functioning, or membership are concealed. The society may or may not attempt to conceal its existence. The term usually excludes covert groups, such as intelligence agencies or guerrilla warfare insurgencies that hide their activities and memberships but maintain a public presence. The exact qualifications for labeling a group a secret society are disputed, but definitions generally rely on the degree to which the organization insists on secrecy, and might involve the retention and transmission of secret knowledge, the denial of membership or knowledge of the group, the creation of personal bonds between members of the organization, and the use of secret rites or rituals which solidify clarification needed members of the group. Freemasonry, the teachings and practices of the fraternal, men-only order of free and accepted Masons, the largest worldwide secret society, an oath-bound society, often devoted to fellowship, moral discipline, and mutual assistance, that conceals at least some of its rituals, customs, or activities from the public. You cannot be a world leader unless you in some form are a part of some secret societies. Coming in at number 6 on the pyramid, world leaders, Pope, the Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderberg Group, and United Nations. World leaders, also known as chiefs of state and cabinet members of foreign governments, is a public domain directory published weekly by the United States Central Intelligence Agency. It lists different state officials for each country of the world: the head of state and/or head of government and other cabinet ministers, the chief of the central bank, and the ambassadors to the United Nations and the United States. Global leadership is important because it helps organizations navigate cultural differences, geopolitical risks, and economic uncertainties. It also helps businesses grow and compete in the global marketplace. Global leaders can manage diversity by creating inclusive environments where people from different backgrounds can contribute their ideas. Global leaders can identify and leverage innovation hotspots around the world. Global leaders can adapt their strategies to meet the demands of different markets. Global leaders can make ethical decisions that are responsible and transparent. Global leaders can understand and appreciate different cultures and norms. Global leaders can improve cross-cultural communication by actively listening, adjusting their communication style, and paying attention to nonverbal cues. Global management refers to the practice of managing an organization across international borders, utilizing specialized strategies in leadership, communication, and administration to effectively operate in a diverse global market, considering different cultures, legal systems, and economic conditions to oversee functions like hiring, marketing, finance, and sales worldwide. Essentially, it's about leading a company with a global presence by adapting management practices to fit different international contexts. Managing business activities across multiple countries, not just within a single nation. A deep awareness of cultural differences and the ability to adapt management styles accordingly. Assessing international market opportunities and challenges to make informed business decisions. Understanding and navigating legal frameworks in different countries, developing comprehensive strategies that consider global factors and impact. The Pope is the leader of the Roman Catholic Church and the Bishop of Rome. The title Pope comes from the Latin word papa, which means father. As a world leader, the Pope's primary role is to serve as the spiritual head of the Catholic Church, guiding billions of Catholics worldwide by interpreting and upholding church doctrine, addressing contemporary issues through a Catholic lens, and promoting unity and charity both within the church and broader society. Often acting as a moral authority and influencer on global issues due to the large Catholic population he leads. The Pope is responsible for defining and maintaining the core beliefs of the Catholic Church. The Pope selects bishops who oversee local Catholic dioceses around the world, effectively shaping the Church's leadership at a regional level. Popes often speak out on social and political issues from a Catholic perspective, advocating for human rights, peace, and justice. Engaging with other religious leaders to foster understanding and cooperation. As the head of the Vatican City, the Pope also functions as the head of state for this small, independent country. In addition to the expansion of Christian faith and doctrine, modern popes are involved in ecumenism and interfaith dialogue, charitable work, and the defense of human rights. Over time, the papacy accrued broad secular and political influence, eventually rivaling those of territorial rulers. The Trilateral Commission is a non-governmental organization that brings together leaders from North America, Europe, and Asia to address global issues. The Commission was established in 1973, promote cooperation and mutual understanding between the three regions. Coming in at number 5 on the pyramid, Scientific Community, the Jason Society, MJ-12, Dark Space, NASA, and the Dark Space Program. The scientific community is a diverse network of interacting scientists. It includes many sub-communities working on particular scientific fields and within particular institutions. Interdisciplinary and cross-institutional activities are also significant. Community science is important because it allows a wide range of people to actively contribute to scientific research by collecting data and making observations, which can lead to a broader understanding of complex issues, particularly environmental concerns, by leveraging the collective knowledge and geographic reach of a community, often providing insights that professional researchers might miss. It also empowers individuals to learn about their local environment and become more engaged in conservation efforts while fostering a sense of ownership over the data collected. By engaging a large number of people, community science projects can collect data across a wider geographic area and over longer time periods, providing a more comprehensive picture compared to traditional research methods. The scientific community is important because it provides a collaborative network where scientists can share knowledge, critique each other's research, identify potential biases, inspire new ideas, and ultimately advance scientific understanding through rigorous peer review and collective analysis, ensuring the reliability and validity of scientific discoveries. Essentially, it acts as a self-regulating system to maintain the integrity of scientific progress. Scientists within the community review each other's research before publication, ensuring quality and accuracy by identifying flaws or inconsistencies. A diverse scientific community allows for multiple approaches to research questions, leading to more comprehensive understanding. The community holds its members accountable for ethical research practices and potential misconduct. The Jason Society is a group of scientists who advise the U.S. government on science and technology. The group's work is often classified and focuses on defense and national security issues. The group was established in 1960 after the launch of Sputnik. The group's name comes from the mythical Jason and the Argonauts. Coming in at number 4 on the pyramid, the Committee of 300. They are 300 of the richest and powerful people in the world. The Committee of 300 is a powerful group was founded by the British aristocracy in 1727 and rules the world. Proponents of the committee's existence it to be an international council that organizes politics, commerce, banking, media and the military for centralized global efforts. The group may also be known as the Hidden Hand, which is headed by the Rothschild family of international financiers and based loosely around many of the top national banking institutions and royal families of the world. This version of the conspiracy theory claims that the Rothschild family are merely a part of the club and not the leaders. It is the most elite club in the world. Ordinary people need not apply. Indeed, there is no way to ask to join. You simply have to be very, very rich and very, very generous. On a global scale. This is the Good Club, the name given to the tiny global elite of billionaire philanthropists who recently held their first and highly secretive meeting in the heart of New York City. The names of some of the members are familiar figures: Bill Gates, George Soros, Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, David Rockefeller and Ted Turner. But there are others too, like business giants Eli and Edith Broad, who are equally wealthy but less well known. All told, its members are worth $125 billion. The meeting, called by Gates, Buffett and Rockefeller, was held in response to the global economic downturn and the numerous health and environmental crises that are plaguing the globe. It was, in some ways, a summit to save the world. No wonder that when news of the secret meeting leaked via the seemingly unusual source of an Irish-American website, it sent shockwaves through the worlds of philanthropy, development aid, and even diplomacy. It is really unprecedented. It is the first time a group of donors of this level of wealth has met like that behind closed doors in what is in essence a billionaires club, said Ian Wilhelm, senior writer at the Chronicle of Philanthropy magazine. The existence of the Good Club has struck many as a two-edged sword. On one hand, they represent a new golden age of philanthropy, harking back to the early 20th century when the likes of Rockefeller, Vanderbilt and Carnegie became famous for their good works. Yet the reach and power of the Good Club are truly new. Its members control vast wealth, and with that wealth comes huge power that could reshape nations according to their will. Few doubt the good intentions of Gates and Winfrey, and their kind. They have already improved the lives of millions of poor people across the developing world. But can the richest people on Earth actually save the planet? The President's House of Rockefeller University is on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. The university's private campus, full of lush green trees, lies behind guarded entrances and a metal fence. It overlooks the East River, only a few blocks away from the United Nations. It was here at 3 p.m. on the 5th of May that the Good Club gathered. The university's chancellor, Sir Paul Nurse, was out of town, but at the request of David Rockefeller, had allowed the club to meet at his plush official residence. The president's house is frequently used for university events, but rarely can it have played host to such a powerful conclave. The fact that they pulled this off, meeting in the middle of New York City, is just absolutely amazing, said Niall O'Dowd, an Irish journalist who broke the story on the website irishcentral.com. For 6 hours, the assembled billionaires discussed the crises facing the world. Each was allowed to speak for 15 minutes. The topics focused on education, emergency relief, government reform, the expected depth of the economic crisis and global health issues such as overpopulation and disease. One of the themes was new ways to get ordinary people to donate small amounts to global issues. Sources say Gates was the most impressive speaker, while Turner was the most outspoken. He tried to dominate, which I think annoyed some of the others, said one source. Winfrey, meanwhile, was said to have been in a contemplative listening mood. Known members are John D. Rockefeller, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Bernard Arnault, Michael Dell, Jim Walton, Steve Ballmer, Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Ellison, Henry Ford, George Soros, and Andrew Carnegie, just to name a few. Coming in at number 3 on the pyramid, Council of 33. Coming in at number 3 on the pyramid, The Supreme Council 33 degrees. The Supreme Council 33 degrees is the governing body of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. It has multiple jurisdictions in the United States, including the Southern jurisdiction and the Northern Masonic jurisdiction. The Supreme Council 33 degrees Southern jurisdiction was founded in 1801. It's also known as the Mother Supreme Council of the World. The Supreme Council 33 degrees Northern Masonic jurisdiction is headquartered in Lexington, Massachusetts. It was formed in 1867 when the Northern Masonic jurisdiction merged with the Hayes-Raymond-Cerneau Supreme Council. The Supreme Council's mission is to provide moral teachings, enhance knowledge, and enrich the brotherhood experience of its members. The Supreme Council confers the 33rd degree, the final degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry, to members who have been elected to receive it. The Supreme Council also has a charitable foundation that provides scholarships to students pursuing college degrees. The 33 degrees is an honorary degree which only some members obtain. In the Southern jurisdiction of the United States, the Supreme Council consists of no more than 33 members and is presided over by a Grand Commander. Coming in at number 2 on the Pyramid Council of 13 Family Political Zionism. Coming in at number 2 on the Pyramid Council of 13 families who are a part of political Zionism. The 13 satanic bloodlines that rule the world exerts immense influence over religion and the monetary system around the world. These elite families design strategies and tactics to perpetuate their occult practices. Layers upon layers of secrecy have hidden these families from the profane masses, but many an author has touched upon their existence. The 13 families to take order directly from Lucifer himself. Then they pass it down to the order of 33. Coming in at number 1 on the pyramid is Lucifer himself. Lucifer is the name of a fallen angel and the devil in Christian theology. The name comes from the Latin word Lucifer, which means light-bearing. In Old English, it was used to refer to the planet Venus, also known as the morning star. Lucifer is traditionally seen as an angel who rebelled against God and was cast out of heaven. The prophet Isaiah used the name Lucifer in the Bible to describe the fall of Babylon. In Luke 10:18, Jesus says, "I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven." John Milton used the name Lucifer in Paradise Lost. In classical mythology, Lucifer was a male figure who carried a torch and was often a herald of dawn. In Christian art, Lucifer is often depicted with horns, cloven hooves, and a tail. Lucifer is also known by other names including Satan, the devil, the morning star, son of dawn, and child of God. Lucifer and Satan are both names for the devil, who is the personification of evil. A devil is the mythical personification of evil as it is conceived in various cultures and religious traditions. It is seen as the objectification of a hostile and destructive force.